under the law, he's able to use deadly use of force if it comes to that. But not in the situation that we're seeing. So and it goes back to, and I don't remember the guy's name, but the first I can't breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you 5, 6, 7 officers on it, and when the man said I can't breathe, no one said check his pulse. No one said hey, get off his neck.
Take it one step further. This guy said he couldn't breathe. George Ford said he couldn't breathe. And even after so-called paramedic, because he was a police officer, checked his pulse. Well, actually checked his pulse. When you get up so I can check his pulse, he still refused to get up. So he stayed on for another 2 minutes after. And it comes out, I mean, all the stuff is coming out. They knew each other. They worked together before. Doing security at a nightclub. So was this personal? I mean, you can, if I know you, I don't know you personally, but I've worked with you before. Can I really put my knee on your neck for 9 minutes?
If you dehumanize that person in your mind, you can't.
And just the look on his face, he had no concern in the world. He was doing nothing wrong, had his hand in his pocket. And to me, I mean, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but he had a smirk on his face. It was almost intentional.
Now I gotta come from the spiritual side. Because I'm a minister. That was demonic.
I believe that.
That was demonic. So there's no way from the human side that you get the look on his face, the carelessness. There's no way you can tell me that.
And you know, I think that's why this hit. I don't know if it's just y'all. This one hits different. This one hit different. I mean, all of them are bad and tragic and they are traumatic, but this one felt fun. I can't even watch it. I can't listen to the sounds of it.
Mm-hmm.
It makes my heart just, I feel something, and it ain't natural. And so I think you're right.
You know, Miss Ebony,
Because
because
I'm not a pastor, so I didn't go to demonic at first.
so many times we have watched this, and we watched the law enforcement officer run him down, and he's resisting and he's fighting, and then we get a clip of it. So, but to see that this man is not resisting at all, he's handcuffed, he's subdued,
Begging.
and begging you to let me breathe. So, and you kind of mentioned earlier about looking at it through different lenses. Let's just flip over to Trayvon just for a moment. So, when I saw that video, when all that stuff coming out, I'm thinking, I got 4 sons. I'm thinking, what would Joshua have done in that situation? What would PJ have done? I know David would have said, as long as you don't touch me. So PJ would have given him one of these intellectual answers that it would have just threw him off and it would have given PJ time to walk away. Joshua would have fallen. I know if he'd have touched Daniel, it was going to be on. So when we began to look at that to white America, it's a story. To us, we began to personalize that thing. So, and we see, I work hard to build a nice home for my family. I work hard to put them into a safe neighborhood. And you telling me my son can't walk a mile to the store? So that began to personalize that thing for us. And some people will never really understand our story because they don't have to worry about their son walking to the store. No one's going to stop the little kid on the skateboard and doing his
That's not
thing.
even a thought that crosses their mind.
He
And
lives
that's
here.
privilege. That's what they don't understand is white privilege. We are tethered to our race. Our race goes with us everywhere we go. They don't have that concept, so they don't understand when things happen to white people in America, they don't see their family members in it. When we talk about black people, we say we are collective. They don't do that. So when we educate white people, I feel like we need to really break it down to the basics. Because when we think that they should understand, they don't have a frame of reference to understand our experiences. Yeah, they should have empathy, but child, don't get me started. I believe systemic racism was created so that white people can kind of ignore the fact that they have created a system that minimalizes us, that diminishes black people, so that for their economic gain, so that they can maintain superiority. And I hate that, but that's what it is. And until we call a spade, not just us calling that spade a spade, but them calling a spade, I think that they will always see us with that lens. And unfortunately, that's my truth. I don't know if that is the truth, But that's what I
Well,
think.
I think it goes back to the Dred Scott case. So this is not just something that we just started dealing with. So when the Supreme Court says, well, the Constitution really don't apply to Black
Yeah.
America,
Yeah.
because you're not a citizen. So,
Mm-hmm.
so all of that, when we began to again pull the scab off there, there's a lot of wrong that has to be made right. And I don't know if we are in a position where we can really say, look, man, yes, I am not 3/5 of a man. Yes, I am an American citizen. So, and make you believe that I am. So,
I think I had a discussion, I don't know who in the group, chat or what, but I honestly believe in my lifetime it's never gonna be fair. It's definitely not gonna be equal. But I don't think we'll get to we can ask for it to be fair, but I don't think we'll ever get to where it will be equal. And I've accepted that. And I work hard every day. I try not, as far as I know, I don't do anything illegal. Even for guys that out there that do the wrong things, you have rights. And I just don't think that it'll ever be fair. And that's bad, because it's supposed to be equal. We can't even look forward to it being fair. Just fair. That's all we ask. Just be fair. And I can't even look in anywhere in the near future where it'll be fair. And that's sad. It's sad. There are Black people that I love dearly, that I grew up with. My kids can go to their house, their kids can come to my house, and most of them have been silent in the past week. And I understand why. They don't know what to say. If they approach me, they don't know what I'm going to say. But just letting them know on camera, if I did with you and you're white, I still love you. You've never done anything wrong to me, some of my childhood friends. But it's just, I've had others reach out to me privately in my inbox. So you'll show your love for me in private, but when I post all these things showing how I love my people and how I think it's wrong, quiet. So that's a touchy situation with me. And I'm not saying to anybody that's reached out to me privately, I'm never going to call you out, I'm never going to say your name, but I just think that I've always been taught that if you do something wrong to me, and not saying they have, but a public apology is needed. Or if you embarrass me or come after me in public, then don't apologize to me in private. So I just, that's why I stand.
That's okay.
Okay, now I got your attention.
Honestly, to me, bro, if they come to you in private, y'all relationship is private. Y'all relationship not on social media.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is though.
And
But
you shouldn't be like holding them accountable for not being able to respond, but they did reach out to you in a way that they felt was comfortable and wouldn't offend you. You know what I'm saying? They could have got up on one of your pro-black posts, your pro-black posts, that you've been posting a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't agree or disagree with anything you're saying because they're not black. So all of your posts are directed at us. So you couldn't expect them to come on and post and be like, I feel your pain. They don't feel your pain. They don't understand it, just like Ebony was saying. They don't know how to come at you. So I respect a man if he could pull me aside, like me and Diego, Bob, we was going at it yesterday in the post. I said, you know what? Log off, hit him up on the inbox. Yo, bro, call me. So I'm gonna talk to you like a man right here. Because he said, oh, it really shows your character that you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. Like, hold on. Now I'm taking it as an insult. Because you don't know my character. You don't know nothing that I've been through. You don't know nothing I had to deal with. And who are you to judge my character because I'm disagreeing with you? So I hit him up, and at the end of our conversation, I said, be safe, I love you. And he said, love you too, bro. But that's me reaching out to him. That's why I couldn't agree with you on that. Because they put themselves in a situation that was comfortable for both of them. God chased them.
Could it be, and I don't know if this would even be in the same ballpark, but have you ever been in a situation where someone loved one has passed and you really didn't know what to say?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
You wanted to say something, but you really didn't know what to say. Now I know some people gonna be out there like, there he go again. He said it not to him. No, I'm not saying it not to him. So, but there is a human side to all of us. So, and I'm with you. Maybe he don't know. He want to say, look, man, what's going on is wrong, but he don't know how to. And I can tell you this. From my personal standpoint, being a law enforcement officer and working around majority of white officers, I cannot really say to you that I worked with an officer who would have done what we saw this guy do to George Floyd. I just don't, there's no one in my past that I would say was so evil that I worked with that I say, well, you know, that officer could have done that. I never saw that. Now, if I'm not around, could they have done something like that? Maybe. But I never saw an officer to be so callous and so dehumanized that they would do something like that.
Now, may I say this? I feel like if you have a close relationship with someone who may not walk in your shoes and understand what you're saying, I do feel like if you don't know what to say, ask. I love you so much, I'm gonna say, what do I need to know? Teach me, tell me. But see, that's the thing. They don't, I don't want to generalize, but a lot of people, not just in any situation, rarely do people say, teach me, show me. I don't know. What do I need to do? Help me. You know, and in those situations, I feel like we can take an opportunity to be a teachable moment and say, hey, you know, I know that you don't understand what I'm going through, but this is what I would like for you to do. I had I'm friends with very few parents on Facebook for the obvious reason. However, I had one young lady who's a parent of a former student at Mount Dora, and she asked me, you know, what can we do? And I said, well, for one thing, you know that racism runs deep in Lake County. You know this. I know people in your circle who do not do black people. I've had students whose parents are your friends who told me that if they date a black person, they will be disowned. You know these conversations are being held behind doors. Check them at that moment, immediately. If that's not something that you agree with, whether it makes you comfortable or not, at that moment say, hey, you know you're out of pocket. You know, there's sometimes when you gotta stand up. You gotta stand up, and that's what you can do, for me, you know, if you wanna help.
You know, and I know this is your show, Sam.
Not tonight.
And when I invite you, it's our show.
So my question is, as we're here, we know what the issues are that's facing us. What is it that we want to say to white America? What is it that we want to say to our white friends that will give them some a starting point on how we can work together to make this thing better? Well, what do you want white people to know about how we can make this thing better? Because this is not just a black American problem, but this is an American
Well, that
problem.
right there, it's not just a black problem, it's a human problem. And if you can get all up in arms about a pit bull fighting another pit bull in the backyard of Michael Vick, you can get upset about a man being killed live on camera, watching his life drag
That
from
was,
his face.
and it's bad that I compared this situation to Michael Vick. And I put a post up asking who was spending more time in prison. Would it be Michael Vick, or is it going to be, what's his name? Derek
Chauvin.
And I honestly in my heart believe, and I've seen so many officers walk, that it'll be Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Until they prove me wrong.
And
This
that-
man
and
lost
that's-
everything. This man lost everything. And I'm not saying I have a dog. I'm a dog owner. I love my dog. But you gonna take everything from me if I mistreat my dog. But there's a man that died. There's a man that
But I also
died.
think that's one of those cultural
a man
differences
died
that we have to
and
acknowledge.
Died on the street begging for his life. And you don't take that more serious than you take Michael Vick fighting dogs.
Anybody ever read the book by Nathan McCall, Make Me Wanna Holler?
No.
Look, 20 years ago I read that book. So, and Nathan McCall said that, you know, he grew up in tough part of Baltimore. and he remember getting into a fight with the neighborhood bully, and Nathan shot him. And went home, and you know, so his dad took him down to the police department. He turned himself in. He got probation for shooting another black man. So, but then a short time later, he and his friend robbed the local McDonald's. They finna throw the key away now.
Yeah.
So now he could shoot a brother and get probation. Go down there and mess with Mr. Gilmore stuff. Yeah, we finna get rid of you. So and even when dealing with the criminal justice system, we know that it is unfair to the black male already. But even within that, so the punishment for stuff that we think that you really should be punished for, you get away with that. So, but then when you go across town and you burn down something, man, you're going to jail forever. So,
The previous guest I had on the show made the comment that we know the system's not in our favor. We know it's never going to be fair, but we still do stupid stuff to put ourselves in situations to where we give them the right to do what we do. And I don't know if I agree with that. I really don't know if I agree with that wholeheartedly, because if it's set up for me to lose in the beginning, 10% of what I do can be 80% of what somebody else is doing. But I'll get worse. Just for me speaking up for myself, I may get busted in the head with something. But I've seen some of my white counterparts curse the police out.
Spit.
Go off on them and, man, I mean, literally almost fight them.
What did you do?
And I'm paranoid. Hey, I'm grabbing him.
scared for it.
Hey, chill out, man. Because I know at the end of the day, it'll turn back on me. When it's all said and done, I'll be the one that most trouble. But I'm even careful about, I told a story in the last show about being pulled over by the police about 2 months ago. A week ago, I had my son in the truck. Headed to his baseball game. I'm running late, and my wife out of town. Everything goes haywire. It's all on me. But I'm heading to his game. It's late. It's a speed trap. I'm speeding. He pulls me over, and man, I'm shaking like a leaf. I know I'm speeding, but my son is in the truck. So how do I react to this officer? Dude, then first thing walking to the truck. Where you going? And everything in me wants to say, none of your business. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm going. What do I do stop? But I have to be careful what I do in front of my 9-year-old son. And he can see I'm nervous. Now he's nervous. So everything I do in front of him to this officer is being registered in his mind. And I explained to him after that because he was shook up. He gave me a ticket and let me go. But it was just that 7-minute span. It's like, man, this is slow motion. I'm paranoid. I can't show my son I'm paranoid, but it's all over my face. It's all over my face. I'm scrambling around. I know where my registration, my license are, and I'm actually looking at places that it's not. And that's unlike me. I'm pretty calm in crazy situations. And I've been called, like I told you earlier, I've been called nonchalant because I don't get excited and I don't overreact. But in that moment, I want to show my son that I'm handling this. I don't know what this dude, how's days going. I don't know what kind of war he's had.
But it's the thing, you black men really know how to handle it. I mean, are y'all ever really comfortable when you get stopped? Not you.
A lot of that has to do with what we call. I watched the show last week and I heard that, and the first thing that came to mind was the code.
Yeah.
It's the code that's ingrained in our community that says, what were you doing? What did you have on? Well, did you do this? But we start asking a lot of questions, and I feel like going back to the Trayvon Martin situation, the reason why this hits different is also because there were some of us that had some doubt. Oh, but he had a little weed on him. Why was he out so late? We had a lot of questions. Well, why was this happening? Well, where did he go? Well, what did he say to the man? We in some cases, we code ourselves into that thing of.
That goes to the woman that's beat up by the water. I deserve it. Well, I shouldn't have said this. I deserve it. Well, I shouldn't have had the hoodie. Maybe I deserve it. You know, and that's, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
When you said you got pulled over,
my job, so.
you've been pulled over, and I felt what you were describing. I felt everything because that had happened to me. And I'm like, I know where everything is, but I'm not doing anything wrong. And it might have been like I got pulled over on pay, and it was all it was the light above my tag. It went out somehow. Like I don't know if it was just loose. But when he was like, well, I just stopped you because of this, but I'm all nervous. I'm sitting, and my mind racing like, turns, why did I do this? Was I speeding? Did I miss a stop sign? I know I hit the stop sign. Like I got a million, all he was saying was, give me the tags out. And I'm jittering around, fumbling, I fumbled. Somewhere along the way.
I want to ask you,
I got a scenario. I was coming from Tallahassee one time. I don't know if you know Mike. Light skin Mike from Houston.
Yes,
He stayed with us in Tallahassee. Anyways, we coming from Tallahassee. We get pulled over in Gainesville. He wait till we stop and say, "Cuz I got weed on me." I say, "You got what?" I say, "You done drove 2 hours and you say you just not telling me you got weed on me?" I said, "Okay, cool, no problem. Hide it. Put it in your pocket, whatever." Police walk up. "Can I see your license and registration?" "Officer, he got some weed on him." "In case you find something in my truck, check him." I said, "Can you step out of the car?" "Get him out the car. Get him." Wait 2 hours. You so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Anybody, all of us could go to jail because you want to bring a little dime bag with you from Tallahassee like you couldn't buy it down here. Like, so.
Y'all see that look I got on my face looking at me?
Officer asked, "Sir, can you step out the car?" He was asking you to step out the car. He had pay a little fine. He ain't smoke weed no more. And now he got a good job down there on the state.
You just saved it all, okay?
He thanked me.
Well, nothing but the Lord.
This was like 6 years ago. 7 or 8 years ago. He thanked me and said, "Cuz, well, I sure appreciate it." He said, "All I had to do was pay the fine, and I ain't smoke weed no more, and it went never on my record and stuff like that." I said, "Man, you can't play with people like that."
Y'all remember that Chris Rock clip where Chris Rock was talking about how to deal with the police?
Mm-hmm.
And he and his girlfriend was arguing, and the police come up, she's like,
He got weed.
Man, I wanted to get him out of here in case he tried to hide it. I was raised a little different. Like my dad, he taught me and my brother how to deal with officers. You know, that's a luxury that we had. A lot of people weren't taught how to deal with it. Just 2 weeks ago, I'm speeding like a fool, racing in Pine Hills, 10 o'clock at night, get pulled over going 67 and 45, 279. I pull over, 10 o'clock at night by myself. Officer walk up, license registration. I'm shaking like you, like a weed. I think he finna, I'm by myself on this dark street called Rose. He was like, "What's the rush?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I was trying to get out of Pine Hill." He said, "Okay, cool." He said, "Can I see your license and registration?" I said, "Yeah, I gave it to him." "But like, you got any weapons in the car?" I said, "Yes, sir. I got a pistol." He said, "Where is it?" I said, "In the holster in the glove box." He said, "Okay, cool. You keep yours in your holster. I'm gonna keep mine in my holster." Went back to the car, printed out my ticket, told him to slow down and have a nice night. You know, because I was honest with him. You know, I could have lied.
But
You know,
Fernando Castillo was honest.
Right. I was just gonna bring that up.
You brought the point earlier to how do black men deal with law enforcement? I, for one, I never give up my power. I never give up my power as a United States citizen. So I know what you can do and I know what you can't do. So when you pull me over, so I know this is what I'm doing. So when you come to the car, I'm not acting like I'm afraid of you.
That's the problem in a lot of our black males. So we don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So then we have to have a conversation
Right.
among ourselves.
And that's coming. That's coming. I got something.
But also within that conversation, and that's something that we talked about was and having the talk with my boys. I have 2 sons that are a little taller than average, and they often get, "How old are you?" You know, they often get that question. I explain it to them, but it's something that I've fought with is by going and having that talk, having the talk, and how you do this with an officer. I feel like when my dad did it with me, it actually put fear into me to where I didn't have that.
Now, I wanna ask you a
Thing.
question, not cut you off. The last show that we did, I brought up the fact that as a black child growing up, you always taught to or fear the police. And I was told by one individual that, oh, I never was scared of the police. That's a lie. Growing up as a black male, female, whatever, when you saw the police, it was so that's the police. You're scared. So growing up, you never really lose that. I
You
mean,
don't want nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna throw this in there.
Nothing to do with the police.
Our personal responsibility on that too. I hate it when I would walk into a store or walk into a situation that, and mama had her son there, and she said, if you keep being bad, I'm gonna tell that police on you. So we play a part in that also. And every time it would happen to me, I would stop like, no, I am not here to be a punisher for your son. And I would explain to that young man that I am here to serve you. But if you need something, you should feel safe when you see me coming. So, but sometimes we add to the problem too. So,
but it's generation after generation after generation, it's passed down.
And then it's reinforced by situations that happen within the community, the interactions between the police and the people. So I think it's sometimes, not all, I'm sure you was pretty good at that. But some of y'all don't always act right, you know. I mean, I'm a woman, and I was pulled over one time. I was in the Paramore, but I was just stopping at the gas station. What y'all doing over there? I was coming from the Improv one night, and that's on Church Street. And I stopped at the gas station on Paramore and Church to get a Coke and a BC powder, because, you know, I had a little drink. And he saw me stop at that gas station, and I was a teacher. At that time, I taught at Jones High School, and I saw one of my students. So I was having a conversation with the child, and it was late night. The child was out. I'm like, what you doing out here this time of night? Anyway, I get in my car, go home. Police come right behind me. I said, oh my God, they gonna pull me over. The man pulled me over, and I didn't know. I was kind of ignorant. And he pulled me over, and he asked me where I was coming from, and I told him where I was coming from. And then he said, do we have permission to search your car? So me, you know, I already don't like y'all that much, and I'm like, search my car, I ain't got nothing in there. They pulled up my whole back seat. Now, afterwards, I was young. It must have been about 2002, 2003. Anything could have happened with him pulling up my back seat. And, you know, but thank God, you know, they say God covers babies and fools, and I ain't no baby. So, thank God I was covered that evening, but I didn't know to not give up my power. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to prove that you're wrong. You're stereotyping me because of the area that I was in, not necessarily because of what you think that I've done. It's just the area that I'm in. So we don't know. And I think negative interactions with police sometimes guides those types of conversations with our children that are wrong.
and I think, well, I don't think, I know, for the most part, our black neighborhoods are over-policed by law enforcement. So, we don't ride through other neighborhoods looking for, we say patrolling, but looking for things going the way that we do in the black neighborhood. And that has been going on forever. So that means that somewhere we got to sit down, and 2 points I want to make. We got to sit down with law enforcement officials, and we got to say, okay, this is how you need to patrol our neighborhoods. So we need to start speaking up. So, and then the second part to that equation is we got to start growing some young men to become law enforcement officers, to become school teachers, to get them in the environment or in the professions that are impacting our people.
Amen.
So now the hard part to that is telling that young
You
man.
gotta tell that story that you told earlier.
Yeah. So
Being caught in the
they're
middle.
caught in the middle. I did when I was at the University of Louisville, Southern Police Institute. I did a research paper on policing and the minority representation in law enforcement. And there is a phrase called double marginality, meaning that I am not accepted by my white police comrades, and then I'm a sellout when I go back to my community. So I'm stuck in the middle. So where do I go? And if that young black officer don't have a mentor that look like him that can kind of help guide him through the situation. Many times what he'll start doing is policing his community even tougher than the other people will. So we have to, as we grow law enforcement officers to represent our community, we have to make sure that we are instilling in them what it is that we need from them. We don't need you to come heavy-handed. We need you to understand that when I get pulled over, so what my reactions are. I need you to understand what my wife is gonna go through when she see those blue lights behind her. So, because those lights represent different things to different people. I never forget, there was she passed away, Miss Margaret Ward. I had known Miss Ward in Leesburg. She was a community giant. Worked at the community college, big in the church. Miss Ward was who everybody looked up to. She had a tag light out one day. Look, I get behind her and I was like, well, Miss Ward got this light out, let me go ahead and let her know so I can get this thing taken care of for her. Miss Ward over 80 years old. I pulled her over. She had known me as Pernell throughout the community all those years. And when I pulled her over and I walk up to her car, she knows me. And she's shaking. And she's, I mean, just, her whole demeanor changed, not because Pernell pulled her over. It was the lights, and it was Pernell, the police officer now, not Pernell, the community member. So, and I need for that young man to know that when you pull Miss Ward over, this is what she's going through. So you got to be a little bit more patient with her. So you get, because understand that she can't find her registration as quick as you want her to. She know where it's at, but she's scared. That's it. That's it. So we have to grow, and then we have to grow our law enforcement officers, and then we also, again, I go back to the point that we have to let law enforcement know. We got to let the police chief, we got to let the sheriff, we got to let them know this is how we want you to patrol our community. Nobody want to live in a drug-infested community, but nobody want to be hounded every time they drive out of the neighborhood.